What's up, everybody? It's Man of Low Moral Fiber here. My name's Luke, and as part of my Does It Suck series, we're going to be taking a look at the Patriot. Now, the Patriot is a Seraph sniper rifle from the first campaign DLC for Borderlands 2, Captain Scarlett and her pirate's booty. Now, this weapon actually gets quite a bit of hate because it is not as good as comparable Vladof rifles, especially the Lyuda. Compared to the Lyuda, it looks like it's getting between 15 and 20% less, or more damage, in exchange for less accuracy, less fire rate, a higher reload speed, and a significantly decreased magazine size, under half the magazine size. And that's really bad. I'd say it has approximately a 17% increased damage for all of those penalties if I'm doing the math right there in my head. Now we can make up for some of the problems with the Patriot with some of Zero's skills. As we can see here, the gun is not that accurate, but when I spec into both precision and at 1 with the gun, we can make up for some of that, especially since specking into at 1 with the gun is also going to increase our magazine size by 5, and so that really helps out the Patriot. And we're going to use it here in the Washburn refinery and see how we do. Now keep in mind that when we are using sniper rifles with Zero, and we have all of our bonuses from both the sniper tree and also the cunning tree via death mark, we are going to be killing enemies, death mark and ambush, we are going to be killing enemies very, very quickly. That barrel blew up, otherwise I was going to shoot that guy from deception, and it probably, almost assuredly actually, would have one-hit him. And so, obviously since this is a Vladof weapon, it works really well with critical ascension, and we're going to see how we're able to work through these enemies back here. Go ahead and get some more transfusion grenades out and hopefully slag this bull loader eventually. Well, that was awfully irritating there. So we've got all these enemies kind of bunched up now. Go ahead and get a critical hit on that guy and this guy, just to build a little bit of critical ascension before we start dealing with these guys back here. So, kind of a exploder heavy run there, pushed me back a little bit, but that's okay. So we'll start getting some critical ascension on these guys, which will allow us to take them out just a little bit quicker. Looks like there is another guy over here that we need to take out. Excellent. So we'll get those transfusion trails coming in, and we'll continue killing these enemies over here, and hopefully we'll be able to survive this. We caught that shock damage over time there. Needed that guy to go ahead and push me so that I wouldn't reflect any bullets onto myself, because obviously we don't want to catch a corrosive damage over time, as that would end up probably killing us. Speaking of damage over time, we're going to need to take this hot loader out before he causes too many issues for us. Now we're going to proceed to killing this badass loader up here. Now, obviously I have a few stacks of critical ascension, so I'm going to want to get to this guy pretty quickly so that I still have a few, hopefully, for fighting him. Excellent. Now that I've got a stack of critical ascension to kind of preserve my health a little bit, or not my health, excuse me, my stacks, I'll go ahead and finish him off. So we killed him pretty easily. I am going to retreat now and open up these ammo chests. I didn't know there was a third ammo chest there. I'd never really backtracked like that. Just to get restocked on grenades and sniper rifle ammo. And now we'll go ahead and proceed. Now, obviously this weapon isn't as great as other Vladof sniper rifles, especially including, comparable purple Droogs. This weapon is actually inferior to those. However, because it is still a Vladof sniper rifle, it is still going to pair really great with Zero, and you'll be able to do excellent things with it. That guy didn't get slagged before I shot him. Well, that was a shame. Otherwise, he would have died in one shot. Anyway, we're going to continue and deal with these power loaders back here. I'd like to get a critical hit on that guy before he starts spinning his arms. Excellent. Need to kill this guy before the shock damage over time got to me there. Hopefully this guy gets slagged. Excellent. So we'll go ahead and take him out. Now we got some of these exploders coming. Excellent. I'll go ahead and try to get some critical hits off these exploders just to preserve my critical hits so that we can continue to get critical ascension through their life and everything like that, so that we don't lose all of our critical ascension. And that way, when we get to the next loaders, we'll have extra damage, and that will be nice. Come here. Turn towards me now. Excellent. So, got 20 stacks of critical ascension right now. That's always pretty good. Ooh, got a hot loader back there. Caught a damage over time. That is not something that I wanted. Go ahead and I'll take him out. Hopefully those transfusion trails get here. Excellent. Got another hot loader back there. Take him out. Now, like I said, obviously since we're using Zero, we can make almost any sniper rifle really effective, but especially when weapons have a decent fire rate, and even though this doesn't have the fire rate that other Vladof sniper rifles, are going to have, it's still going to be doing pretty well. And so that's pretty good stuff there. Excellent. Oh wow, we're already to the badass up here. So, you know, even though the Patriot gets a lot of hate, obviously it can still be made an effective weapon by Zero's skills. And that is good. Because that's, you know, what you're looking for when you're using a sniper rifle and everything. And I would say this weapon still has a lot more synergy with Zero's sniper tree than a gun like the Cobra would have, because the Cobra has an abysmal fire rate, and it's just not very great with Zero. Now, obviously, it's not the best sniper rifle with Zero by any means, but it's still a very viable sniper rifle. And that's why I sometimes think that, you know, the hate it gets is a little bit undeserved and unwarranted, definitely. I know those are kind of synonyms and everything like that, but as you can see, I'm not really having too much trouble working through these enemies here with the Patriot. And obviously that has to do with Zero's potency with Vladof sniper rifles and everything. But, you know, I think it's a good demonstration of how the Patriot does get a little bit of unwarranted hate. Now I am going to go ahead and sacrifice my my stacks of critical ascension right there in an effort to go ahead and get some more grenades, because I'm going to need those. So, we'll find where that enemy is coming from that's throwing those grenades at us, and we'll deal with them appropriately. That should hit that bar, and we should be good there. Excellent. So, as you can see, I was able to work through this little section of the Washburn refinery pretty easily with the Patriot. Now, like I said, it's a weapon that gets unwarranted hate in my opinion. I'm not exactly sure why everyone is so down on the Patriot, but, you know, it's not that bad. As you can see, you know, it's working through these guys pretty easily. I'm actually having a little bit of fun here with it, you know, taking out these guys from afar and everything. I can't believe at some point in time that people actually said that sniping sucked with Zero and everything like that. That is, or sniping sucked in UVHM period. It's just kind of a funny delusion that people had, I guess. Obviously, I don't quite understand why it was ever a thing, but obviously it was a very popular opinion at one point in time. Hell, people even said that melee was ineffective at overpower, or even at level 61, just in Ultimate Vault Hunter in general, and that was before, you know, overpower levels even existed. And obviously here at OP8, both sniping and melee are still completely viable. Now, as always, guys, I thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, be sure to ask, and I'll try to answer those for you guys. If you haven't yet taken the time to subscribe, please do so. I'd really appreciate that. Otherwise, I do thank you very much for watching, and I hope to catch you next time. But the answer to does it suck in regards to the Patriot is not with Zero. It is not as good as other Vladof sniper rifles, but you could definitely find inferior sniper rifles if you were looking for them. Alright guys, hope to catch you next time. Bye.